Minister Dial Singh reminds parents and guardians that they must walk with a valid form of identification, the birth certificates of the child, and proof of relation to the child for guardians only.
We have given parents all the information that they need to get their kids vaccinated. We do have cases in schools. It's not a cause for alarm at this point in time, but we can mitigate further cases in schools if we start to get more of about 12 to 18s vaccinated, and also now of 5 to 11. Because the worst thing you want to do, Kimberly, is to keep children away from school. It is not good for their long-term social development.
It is hoped that the vaccination of this age group would also reduce the number of COVID-19 cases in the school system. But the minister says some parents are still reluctant to get their children vaccinated.
Remember, even with the 12 to 18, we only have about 60% of them vaccinated because too many parents have bought into the anti-vaxxers message. And it's a global problem. But we just ask parents to believe in the science, trust in the science. The anti-vaxxers do not have your best interest at heart.
Meanwhile, Secretary for Health, Wellness and Social Protection in the Tobago House of Assembly is urging parents to have their children vaccinated against COVID-19. During a press briefing on Monday, Dr. Ravi B. Israel said, with the reopening of schools, along with incidents of severe cases involving children on the island, there is a greater need.
Get your children vaccinated. We have the vaccines for children over 12 to 17. Those vaccines have been available. If you've gotten vaccinated already, or if your child has already been vaccinated, 12 to 17, the boosters are available.
Dr. B. Israel also urged parents on the island to consider the pediatric vaccines that have been acquired.
Of this week, by the middle end of this week, we will have the vaccines that are available for children 5 years and over. So again, I am encouraging you, because we actually are now seeing these cases of MIS-C where we have children who have gotten very, very sick.
Health Secretary B. Israel said with Tobago's good record of children's vaccination prior to the COVID-19 vaccines, she is hopeful that parents will be willing. In Tobago, 2,510 eligible students have been partially vaccinated and 2,025 are fully protected against the COVID-19 virus. Switching to sports. The Gujarat Titans stormed into the 2022 IPL final with a comprehensive 7-wicket victory over the Rajasthan Royals earlier on Tuesday. Batting first, Rajasthan finished their 20 overs on 188 for 6. Josh Butler spearheaded the tally with a destructive 89 and captain Sanju Samson second best with 47. Needing 189 for victory, the Titans were set back early with the wicket of Riddhiman Saha off the second ball of the innings. However, Shubman Gill and Matthew Wade rebuilt the platform with 35 runs each, which allowed David Miller's 68 not out and captain Hardik Pandya's 40 not out to take charge. Pandya and Miller did the needful, taking the Titans over the line and into the final of the IPL for the first time during their first appearance, finishing on 191 for 3 in 19.3 overs. Rajasthan Royals now await the winner of the first eliminator between the Royal Challengers Bangalore and the Lucknow Super Giants. And that was your TTT News. I am Roxanne Suraj. Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to the 53rd General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union from August 15th to 17th at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort in beautiful Tobago. This year's theme, Media and Information Literacy. Tobago is a smaller sister in the twin island republic of Trinidad and Tobago, nestled in the heart of the Southern Caribbean. Enjoy 116 square miles of historical sites and award-winning eco-friendly land and marine spaces, including the magical Nylon Pool. And you're just a ferry away from a Trinidad adventure. Our warm hospitality, rich cuisine, and unique traditions will inspire you to extend your stay. Tranquil Tobago is where the Caribbean connects for the 53rd CBU Assembly. To register and enjoy discounts on Caribbean airline flights, visit www.caribbroadcastunion.org. Come and experience beyond ordinary.
D-Best Baby Registry is here. At dbesttoys.com, we want to help you get everything needed to comfortably welcome your new baby. dbesttoys.com is loaded with all the baby essentials to suit your style and safety needs and to fit everyone's budget. Parents can create their baby registry from the comfort of their homes. Just log on to dbesttoys.com and click on the registry tab. Browse all our items from cribs, strollers, car seats, walkers, and bouncers to feeding and nursing accessories, potties, play mats, clothing, and sensory toys. And simply click Add to Registry. Parents also enjoy 10% off their remaining items in their registry upon completion. Be gifted with what you really need to keep your baby happy and healthy and create the best baby registry at dbesttoys.com today.
Successful parenting through COVID-19. Being at home with your child for a long time can feel stressful, especially when they misbehave. Children can also feel stressed as their routines have changed. Manage negative behavior through creating schedules, planning indoor activities and outdoor activities, giving responsibilities, and rewarding good behavior. All children can be mischievous. You can discipline without yelling or physically harming by giving timeouts, taking away privileges, and even giving chores. If you need to, take a break. Listen to your children's feelings and be supportive. Avoid alcohol, tobacco, and risky sexual behavior. This message is brought to you by these partners.
8 minutes after 6 o'clock. Hello, and welcome to the Now Morning Show. It's a beautiful Wednesday. I'd like to call it Hump Day here, but we have no anchor today, unfortunately. It's me and Kimberly D'Souza this morning. Good morning, Kimberly.
Raucous morning. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. It's Wednesday.
It is. How are you doing this morning?
Good. I must admit I'm a little bit tired.
A little tired?
A little tired.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get you over that hump with a nice shot of coffee and some good vibes in the morning.
And that's the thing. I don't much like coffee. I prefer my
So that's the first problem you had to fix.
cuppa.
That's
on
the
morning.
first problem we need to fix.
No, but this has just the right amount of caffeine for me, and I'm good to go. I know you're sipping your, what's that, dark roast?
It's definitely the darkest roast I could find.
I thought so.
I kicked it up this morning with Super Blue because today is actually his birthday.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to celebrate him for the entire morning this morning as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So good morning to you, Mr. Lyons, and I hope that you have a fantastic day today. Happy birthday one time.
Happy
Straight
birthday.
out the gate. Let's also get into what's happening. Well, today is Wednesday, the 25th day of May, which means that today we launch the pediatric vaccine. So children between the ages of 5 and 11, you have the opportunity to get vaccinated as long as you go with a parent and a birth certificate and proof of relation.
Of course, yeah.
And parents, of course, you have to work with your proof of ID as well. And you head down to any of the mass vaccination sites. And, of course, you can get your Pfizer pediatric vaccine for absolutely free.
Yeah, and then remember too, what Minister also said is that vaccinations will continue as well. So even if it is you're not of the 5 to 11 age group and you haven't been vaccinated, you're an adult, you can go to those sites as well. Even if it is you are part of the over 12 age group as well, you can also go down and get your vaccine. So vaccine is really on Raucous for everybody. Once they're eligible, they can go down and get their vaccine. So yeah. Vaccination drive continues.
Yeah, man.
Now, what is also happening today as well is, are you interested in hybrid vehicles? Because from today, all taxes have been waived on passenger hybrid cars for private use. There are some caveats. Let's just put that on the table one time, right? So, of course, all the duties have, all the taxes, so customs duty, motor vehicle duties, and VAT has been removed. But, of course, it's for engine sizes not exceeding 1599 and an electric motor output not exceeding 105 kilovolts. The age of the car has to be no more than 3 years.
So you can't really get roll-on, roll-off hybrid.
Well, and you can't get BMW's hybrid either.
Well, I mean,
because we're looking at the engine
several
size.
reasons why I can't get that. Several reasons, not just the size, not just the size.
So,
but I have to look into this and see exactly, how big this is. The 1599.
Yeah.
The engine size. I'm not too familiar. I'm sorry, I'm not a car person.
Yeah.
I mean, my car does work. It is drive from A to B. You know what I mean? But I don't know the details of it, so I can't comment on the size of the engine. But
so
if you want an electric car or hybrid car, then now is the time to get one from today. Organize yourself.
So what I kind of understand it to be is that the engine size, I believe, once it's over 2, I think that is where you start to go with the CRVs and the other types of vehicles. So
vehicles.
Exactly.
Right,
so once you're under 2, that is how you could only drive like the normal passenger, the normal passenger cars.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people were wondering why it is he didn't go like above 2 so that they can be importing the CRVs, but then
who buying
might
CRVs?
be some problems,
Yo, they could afford to buy CRVs at full price. Don't worry about it.
Also, too, they were talking about one more thing, Rockus. They were talking about the age of the cars. So I think if the age of the car was extended, let's say maybe 5 or 6 years, you could have also had the option to bring in different type of cars. Exactly.
Like
so this is what,
yeah.
So this kind of, puts a limit on what you can or cannot bring in.
And let's see how it goes. I remember the Automotive Dealers Association, they were complaining about it being restrictive, a bit too restrictive for their liking. But I don't think you could ever please everybody. So let me see how it goes.
Let me see how it goes. I am anticipating customers standing or footing the brunt of the bill when it comes in, because remember, all the taxes will be removed. So I can just imagine, in fact, how much it's going to be for a car now.
But it ought to be a touch cheaper.
Ought to be is not how it will be. So
no, but I mean, in comparison, it has to be cheaper, because if it is that you were charging me X amount, including tax and when the car's coming in, but then if I buy one that come in and then it still was under tax, and then there's a whole different story.
We wait and see.
We shall. But let me say congratulations going out to the Prime Minister of Barbados.
Yes.
Auntie Mia.
Auntie Mia, I love it.
She's the Caribbean's auntie at this point.
I know, right?
Right?
Yes.
She was actually listed as Time's 100 most influential people. She's on the list.
Yes.
She was on the list of 100 influential people, according to Times magazine. The first leader, I think, in the Caribbean to be on this list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, first leader in the, only Caribbean person, first leader in the legal segment. And what was interesting as well, Rockers, is that the person who wrote the article is actually the world's first African Director General of the World Trade Organization. So we have 2 things to be, happy about there.
Nice,
but congratulations. Oh, there's a picture. Lovely.
Yes, Auntie Mia, big up you.
Yeah. So
everybody seems to love
about
Auntie
that.
Mia.
I know.
The sweeping victory in Barbados the other day was, if that's any indication, and we know.
Of course. Yeah, and I mean, I think what led to her being selected as well is that impassioned speech that she gave at COP26, right? And how it is like she basically wagged her finger at all those leaders and said, listen, we need equity. We need y'all to pay attention to us. We need to do something about the environment. And I think a lot of these leaders were like, wow, who is this woman, you understand, speaking about this so passionately? And I believe that would also have led to her being selected as this.
And of course she did some powerful interviews as well along the way. After that summit, people would have reached out to her, like you said, based on that speech, and she continued to give the great speeches, and then of course I'm sure the Rihanna endorsement helps as well.
Listen, that doesn't hurt at all.
I wouldn't be surprised if she get called to be God mommy for Rihanna. But that's a whole other story. Hey,
we didn't even mention that as well. I mean, Rihanna had her son, right?
Oh, we're supposed to mention that?
No, we're not supposed to, but as we're talking about it and providing that Bajan context.
Bajan context.
Rihanna, I think, was it on May 13th? She had a baby boy.
I definitely don't know the
She had, you see, and this is how Iyanka will fall in so simply here, because she would know. I believe it's on May 13th. She had a baby boy.
Rihanna put on.
In LA. She put on in LA.
It wasn't in Barbados? It was in Barbados?
No, it wasn't in Barbados.
You sure? Because she went to Barbados to have the child?
No, but then she left because, remember, there was some problems with the baby daddy when I think he was arrested. Yeah, when they were going back to LAX, remember he was arrested in the airport. Come, Rocket, keep up.
I can't. I literally cannot.
When they landed in LAX, when she returned from Barbados, he was arrested, and so I'm not sure if she probably would have stayed there to be with him or whatever.
What did he get locked up for?
That I can't tell you, but I know that he had some
Jeez and ages.
Po come and met them at the airport.
Speaking of Po, I saw a very interesting and heartbreaking story yesterday. It happened in Texas, where this gentleman decided that it was a good idea on this Tuesday afternoon to not only kill his grandmother, apparently, he killed his own grandmother, then jumped in the car and drove and crashed close by a school, an elementary school, and then proceeded to walk in the school and shoot up the school, killing 14 children and 1 teacher. I am trying to picture like how this does happen and it is like what does go through your brain to get to that point.
Dare I ask how old this gentleman was?
I don't know. I didn't get his 18 years old. He was 18 years old. 18 years old, and this going through like I wonder if people will still deny the influence that things like video games have on our children when you think that this is okay to do. I think that without responsible parenting, anything can influence you to go the wrong way, right? But this is like, what are the parents of these 14 children supposed to do now?
But Rockers, you see, it's not just about video games. There's also there's also some copycat motives as well.
Of course.
You understand?
Of course.
These young people and even some of these people who are doing these things, they want to be noticed. When you interview people who have been around them, what are the common things that you hear?
He's
an outcast.
Yeah.
He's a loner. He's always in his room. You don't know who he is and that sort of thing.
They call them incels.
Right.
There's a whole movement of them.
And so there's a common thread that links everything together. They want that sort of, popularity. Everybody wants to go viral now, whether it be for something good or bad. I mean, it's unfortunate that, is it 14 you said? 14 people?
Well, I'm not
14
getting
children?
the correction in my ears. The producer telling me it's 19.
19.
Yeah. 19 children
lives
and
lost.
2 adults.
And wasn't there one recently?
There's always one. I feel like America always have these things.
But I think there was one recently. I forgot where it was. But yeah, it really is unfortunate.
And and then on top of that, people will still call to not have gun laws, to not have preventative measures in place for situations like this. And they still want freedom of guns and expression and all that stuff. But let me bring it back home because we have you on Bacchanal to deal with here in Trinidad and Tobago. We still have you on gun Bacchanal to deal with when it comes to gun licenses. But that's a whole different story altogether.
Yep, that's a whole show by itself.
Lord. Today on the show, ladies and gentlemen, we will be chatting about the price of chicken. Has it gone up as yet? Will it continue to go up? We will find out this morning. Also, this morning on the show, we're going to be chatting about World Tobacco Day, but that's coming up on actually May 31st, I believe it is.
World Tobacco Day?
Yeah, that's World Tobacco Day. So this morning we'll be chatting about, basically how it affects you.
Right, of course.
And, some preventative measures that you could probably take. I mean, the easiest of which would be just abstain. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna chat about that this morning. We're also gonna be, of course, celebrating Digicel Foundation's 10th year anniversary.
Yeah.
And I know you've seen the promos for it. So Hans is gonna be joining us this morning for Hands On. It's launching today. It just so happens that today is his birthday as well. So,
lucky him, right?
Right. So we're gonna kick it off today on his birthday. He gets to come in and spend some time with the coolest duo on TV.
Whoop, whoop. Also, Rockers, we're going to be talking about there's a studio that's coming out with a new TV series, and I heard that one of the episodes is supposed to premiere right here on TTSec.
Well, naturally,
so
we
we're
live for
looking forward
locals,
to
so we
that.
expect
of course.
Come on, man.
So we're going to have them in studio talking about that as well. I think it's so nice that we're seeing more of these kids program coming out, and of course, live for local.
There are people
doing
on
it,
our Facebook
nice.
who would say kids are baby goats.
True, huh?
So the children's
and I'm seeing the face of the person who always says that. Good morning to you.
I think today is actually her birthday as well.
Today's her birthday? Oh my gosh. We're going to give you another
we'll get into the birthday segment in a while.
Another happy birthday.
Also, guys, today we have a ticket to give away for Sweet 100's Jazz. It's coming up next week, Saturday. And if you want to be inside, we have a free ticket. All you have to do is call us and we'll let you know when. Stay tuned, all right? It's the Now Morning Show. We go till 8 a.m. Kimberly D'Souza, Raucus. Cheers. We'll take a break and come back with more.
If it matters to you, It matters to us. We report the news. News in real time. TTT News, first at 6:30 p.m. TTT News, online at www.ttt.live. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant. TTT News, nightly at 6:30.
I am Pedro Lozama, and I will be at Suite 100 FM Jazz, a fusion of our music and culture. Go online or to any of our advertised outlets to share in the sweet celebration of our Trinbagonian heritage. Do that now.
For generations, hard work and good advice have been essential. So when hard work gives me tough pain, I rely on Panadol Ultra that relieves fast 5 types of tough pain. Take good advice. Take Panadol Ultra. For pain relief, we have a Panadol for you. Take good advice. Take Panadol.
Music is a piece of art that goes into the ears and straight to the heart. Music is also considered the international language that crosses all barriers and unites all cultures. The Cross Caribbean Countdown is a popular fan-driven music countdown show that features the hottest lineup of Caribbean stars and music. While spotlighting Caribbean businesses, Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. exclusively on TTT with yours truly, Junior K.
We are something special, very special.
And remember to keep your tempo up.
Going beyond the headlines. Asking the questions you want answered. Exploring government policies and how they impact you. We are delving deeper.
Join TTT this Thursday at 6 p.m. for Delving Deeper with Minister the Honorable Marvin Gonzalez. TTT News, delivering more news more often to more people. Follow us on social media at TTT Live Online. Log on to www.ttt.live.
It seems like the price of everything is raising, chicken included, but does that mean we're going to have a shortage? Let's find out as we shine a spotlight on Now with Kimberly D'Souza.
The price of chicken has increased, and in some instances, consumers are being asked to add an extra $3 to purchase meat. This is the second price increase in a few weeks, as prices increased in April as a result of the increase in feed prices. And so with me to talk about this is the president of the Broiler Growers Association, Mr. Sudesh Ramkisoon. Mr. Ramkisoon, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Thank you for having me this morning. Good morning to your viewers, and good morning to the host this morning.
Now, Mr. Ramkisoon, some people have been saying that they have seen that price increase in chicken when they went to the supermarket recently. I mean, when was the price increase implemented?
It's difficult to say when it was implemented, but I was at a supermarket visiting one of my friends while he was receiving his new order of chicken. And he told me that he was paying around $16 a pound now. So when the groceries are paying $16 a pound, you know, when they do their markup to cover their cost and so on, it could be anywhere between $17 and $19 a pound at the grocery, which is, when you think about it, very high. Imagine a minimum wage worker has to work more than an hour to pay for a pound of chicken.
Now, Mr. Ramkisoon, when you say a pound of chicken, you're talking about the wholesale price, or you're talking about what you're paying at the pluck shops?
No, the pluck shops are currently paying around $9 to $10 per pound, depending on the amount of birds that they take, and then they have to do the plucking and the gutting, and then dress the birds. So the pluck shops are probably around the same price. They are probably charging around $17 to $19 a pound for chicken as well.
Mm. And Mr. Ramkisoon, what do you think is the reason for this price increase? Because as I remember, we had one recently in April.
I agree. I can assure you that it's not the poultry farmers. It's not the ones who, the farmers on the ground raising the price. I have heard several reasons. One being the war in Ukraine having an effect on us on the grain and the wheat, so we don't have the feed flexibility that we would normally have. So there's an increase in price in the feed. But also, I understand that we have a general shortage that we can't deal with the current demand for chicken. So the demand being so high and the supply being where it is, the prices are allowing it to reach this sort of, I would say, scary level now. Because when you country's cheapest protein should be chicken, and it's now comparative to prices of pork and beef. When you check it out, $17 a pound. That's really, really high in consideration to what you would normally pay before. $13, $12.50, something that's affordable.
Mm. So I think I saw something that you were talking about, Mr. Ramkisoon, where you said rather than getting 3 whole chicken for 100, now you're going to get 2?
Well, you hopefully will get 2, because I spoke to 2 pluck shop owners yesterday, and it's sometimes now a 3-pound chicken is $55 on the counter. So the idea of getting 2 chicken for $100 may not even be a factor anymore because of the costs and the availability as well. Poultry shops that are requesting chicken every day will normally take 500 or 600 birds. Sometimes they're not getting any. Sometimes they are told instead of 600, you're only able to get 200. So this leaves the pluck shops in a very precarious position, because now what they were accustomed to doing, they are not allowed to currently have the numbers to do it. So I mean, their cost is the same, rent and paying employees and so on remain the same. So it's really a strange position to be in for them. Also, I don't understand why we would have an increase again, since no other factors have increased. We didn't have an increase in minimum wage. We didn't have an increase in electricity. We didn't have an increase in anything else. So it's really important now for the poultry producers to come out and say what was the reason for the increase.
So, Mr. Ramkisoon, if I'm hearing you correctly, so then the poultry farmers, they don't get any sort of benefits from this increase?
No, we don't. Poultry farmers in this country, we don't benefit from an increase in the price of chicken on the open market. If you go to a poultry farmer's compound and ask him to sell you chicken, he can't, because he does not own that chicken.
I'm confused. How is it that he doesn't own the... I'm confused.
In Trinidad, most of the poultry farming is conducted via something called a contract farm, or a contract basis, where the processors provide you with the chicken and you basically house them to the desired weight, and then you are paid via a contract arrangement back to the processor.
So, Mr. Ramkisoon, in this case, sorry, continue.
No, so all the chicken that you are growing on your farm as a poultry farmer goes directly to the contract person that you sign the contract with.
Right.
You're not allowed to sell any of that chicken for your to cover costs or anything. All the chicken has to go back to the contract, the person you sign the contract with.
So, for example, the processors that you're talking about, are those the big companies such as Nutrimix and Arawak?
That's correct.
Okay. So then the poultry farmer will sign a contract with them, and then you would grow the chickens for them and give it back to them, and then give it to the pluck shops as well?
No, they determine where the chicken will go from your farm.
Ah, okay.
So they will sell it they will sell to the pluck shops directly, and then they will take the birds to their processing facilities as desired on their, I guess, their demand and supply.
But I mean, as the president of the association, Mr. Ramkisoon, is there any way that you can lobby so that at least some of the funds will be trickled down to the poultry farmers?
Well, this is where it gets a little challenging for poultry farmers. The poultry industry falls under the Ministry of Trade, but a poultry farmer's line minister is the Minister of Agriculture. Now, in the past, when we've tried to have meetings to sit down to try and deal with this, the Minister of Agriculture will say, well, this does not fall under my purview. And if you get the opportunity to speak to the Minister of Trade, they will tell you that they can't get involved in private contracts with individuals. So it's really a little challenging position for a poultry farmer to be in. What I would like for the government to do is basically get all the stakeholders to sit down and see if we could help reduce the cost of chicken for the public by some measure of coming together. Because when you think about chicken being at $17 a pound, it really is going to be very difficult for people to afford chicken. I believe that if the stakeholders sit down and the companies sit down together, we may be able to work out something where the farmer benefits as well, and we may be able to help lower the cost of feed, and see if we can put some incentives in place for the poultry farmers and even the poultry processors to help keep the price of chicken down.
But Mr. Ramkisoon, so first you're saying that you want dialogue with the ministers, of course, to work on this problem. But in the interim, is there anything that the association can do to sort of buffer this increase or even a further increase that may come down the line?
At the moment, there is no quick remedy. Unfortunately, because of how the poultry industry is run in Trinidad and Tobago, we tend to import our eggs to create the baby chicks. And we also have to just hope that the international supply allows us the amount of baby chicks that the country requires. Trinidad eats a lot of chicken. I believe that we eat close to 800 to 1 million heads of chicken a week. So when you think about that type of numbers, it will tell you that we really are dependent on chicken as a country. In terms of a quick fix, there's nothing like that in the poultry industry because it takes 6 weeks to grow one batch of chicken. And unfortunately, because the farming community is getting smaller and not getting larger, the industry is shrinking a little bit in terms of handling the nation's demand, I think, as well. We need to figure out a way as well as hopefully with the government and these other stakeholders to figure out how to make poultry farming attractive again for more people to get involved in it as well. But there's no quick fix. Hence the reason I would like immediate dialogue to try and see what can be done to lower the price in the interim, because that's the quickest way for us to have a discussion and see how best we can mitigate these increases.
Mr. Ramkisoon, finally, I mean, are there any other alternatives you would suggest to chicken, or is it that customers should just, hold out and see, how best they can afford it?
Well, unfortunately, the Trinidadian palate has not warmed up to eating things like rabbit, as I mean another source of protein. We tend to treat rabbit like how we treat duck, an occasional thing, something different. But we always go back to being eating poultry or eating chicken because it's convenient and it can be cooked several ways, and the versatility of chicken is, not a lot of meat has that versatility. So it's a little difficult for us in terms of alternatives, in terms of chicken. I really can't see us making that switch at the moment. I mean, it's also healthy for us to eat less meat, but also, again, we need the protein for the energy to carry out through the day.
I heard you laugh, Mr. Ramkisoon, and nowhere in there you mentioned soya.
No. And while I endorse people eating less meat and having their vegetarian options,
yes,
I think a lot of the society as well, while they may eat it once, it's not going to be an option to be doing 6 days a week or 4 days a week. Let's think about it. First, they've eaten close to 800,000 heads of poultry a week. You think about that as a nation. 1.5 million people are eating 800,000 heads a week. KFC, Chinese food, all of these places, it's really, we really are a nation that consumes a lot of chicken because, again, the versatility and the cook time and all these other things, when you think about it. And when you think about chicken reaching $17 and $18 a pound, you also have to think about what it affects afterwards. Roti price going to go up, the barbecue man going to go up. All these foods that tend to sell during the working hours, and even the shift workers who going to work for 10.
Right.
That's the quickest thing for them to pick up, a box of chicken and fries or something like that. And when those things don't go up, it really affects the entire country.
Point taken, Mr. Ramkisoon, no problem. Thank you so much for joining us on Now and just sharing a little bit about what's going on in the industry and, how the dialogue, hopefully, that we need in order to have a standard price for something so essential. So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and you all have a great day, and thank you all very much for bringing the spotlight onto this issue.
No problem. Have a good one as well. And that was Mr. Sudesh Ramkisoon, the president of the Broiler Growers Association, just sharing his thoughts on the increase in prices and, of course, the shortage in chicken. Here on the Now Morning Show, we're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us.
The best laptops and tablets are at dbesttoys.com. Get an Evo 11.6-inch ultra-thin notebook, a Gateway 11.6-inch FHD ultra-slim notebook, a Gateway 14.1-inch ultra-slim notebook, a Gateway 11.6-inch 2-in-1 convertible notebook, or an HP 14-inch laptop at the best prices in TNT. Get the Phi 7 tablet for $474. We also carry Phi HD 8 tablet, Phi HD 10 tablet, and the Amazon Kids Edition 7, 8, and 10-inch tabs. You can also shop the latest Amazon Fire Sticks. Call now at 32-DBEST to order, or visit us in-store at Forces Flagship Math Bean. Shop online now at dbesttoys.com. Free delivery available throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Cash or links on delivery. The best deals on laptops and tablets are at dbesttoys.com.
People of God, I invite you to join me on Know the Truth, a Christian faith program dedicated to bringing the truth of the Bible. The truth that will heal your soul, that will help you in everything in your life, because the truth is needed. So join me on Saturday, 8:30 a.m. and on Sunday, 10:30 p.m. I am Pastor James, right here on TTT.
My wife betrayed me.
But my husband did not betray me.
The question is, why did she do that with me?
The question is, did this even happen?
Both were holding each other's hand while dying.
But was that true or not?
One incident, two strangers. The story is of Aditya and Zoya. Fepana.
TDT News. Committed. Accurate. Relevant.
Going beyond the headlines. Asking the questions you want answered. Exploring government policies and how they impact you. We are delving deeper.
Join TTT this Thursday at 6 p.m. for Delving Deeper with Minister the Honorable Marvin Gonzalez.
Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. It's 41 minutes after 6 o'clock. This morning I told you guys we'd be chatting about World No Tobacco Day. And I want to welcome the chairwoman of the Trinidad and Tobago Cancer Society, Dr. Santi LeBlanc. She joins us to talk about, well, what's happening this year in commemoration, or I guess to continue helping to stop people from smoking.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. LeBlanc. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Rockers. And morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm really good. Yes. World No Tobacco Day is just another opportunity for us all to remind everyone in Trinidad and Tobago and the world, basically, about the harmful effects of smoking, but not only smoking, but also vaping.
Also vaping as well. Now, before we get into that part of it, the Tobacco Bill of 2009, I understand that you guys were integral in bringing that forth and being a part of it.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the anti-tobacco bill.
The anti-tobacco bill. It's there. I mean, that helps. It helps with control. It helps with control of the use of tobacco in spaces, closed spaces. It helps with control of sale to minors, etc.
Right. And advertising as well.
And advertising, the making it look like it was sexy to smoke.
Right.
Because everything is. You remember long ago? I don't know how old you are.
In the movies,
you remember
they would have people
it was
smoking,
like this.
Yeah.
You
and
know.
I saw something where they were saying that they purposely did that to get more sales of tobacco.
Well, yeah, because that's how advertising works. It manipulates your mind.
Right.
So we got the bill passed. However, the enforcement of the bill is where we have an issue right now in terms of ensuring, for example, suitcase trade of tobacco, ensuring that we really put the graphics on those boxes to show you the effects of tobacco, not only for cancer, but NCDs as well, non-communicable diseases. But now we have to go back to the drawing board because vaping was not really in existence
in 2009,
at that time.
No, it wasn't.
And so the tobacco industry
pivoted.
Yes, that's the word. Yes, that's the word.
They pivoted.
Yes,
but,
that's a new trend word.
Yeah. So, but we're here to discuss, how we can play our part in getting the message across more clearly. Last year, you guys did a campaign called "Consider the Consequences."
Yes, we did in collaboration with Scotiabank Foundation.
And how was the response to that?
For a campaign like that to go virtual in a pandemic, I think the response was very good.
Okay.
Our thought process, both Scotiabank and the Trinidad Tobago Cancer Society, is that the youth are our leaders, right, of the future, and we need to educate. It's if you teach our young people about the consequences of their actions, and we really nurture and educate, then we will have less fallout as they get older when it comes to your healthier lifestyles.
Yeah.
So Scotiabank and the Cancer Society collaborated last year, and it was amazing. I mean, we'd had to do all virtual.
Of course.
So that in itself was interesting.
But this year we get the chance to do it again, and to do a different one this time.
Yes.
This time you're calling it Can't Fool Me.
Can't Fool Me.
Tell me a little bit about that choice of a theme.
Well, we need to hit hard.
But what have people been fooled about? Is it the vaping?
Fooled, yes, they've really been fooled about vaping being less harmful, vaping being okay, vaping being used as a cessation product, which we don't use in Trinidad and Tobago as a cessation product.
So all of these things that we've been hearing about vaping, they just simply aren't true. It's not better than tobacco. It's not better. It's not.
A cartridge from a vape, from an end device, can actually carry as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
A whole pack?
A whole pack.
One cartridge?
And, yes, and a cartridge could take 200 puffs, if I'm not mistaken. I don't smoke, never smoke, will never smoke. And you envision how much nicotine you take. And then envision this, Ruckus. We've gone through, we're still going through a pandemic.
Right.
But the worst was 2.5 years that we've passed through. And the stress.
Yes.
The lack of coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Adults have lost their jobs. Children have had to face immense pressure with our education system not being prepared to go online, with children not having access to tablets or what. I mean, we have fallout in the education system. So you put that, people dying every morning, you wake up, you see how much deaths happen. You don't see your relatives for 2.5 years. If you
There's just a general lack of coping
so just think of
mechanisms.
all of that.
So we resort to things like smoking.
Because then the industry comes out and says, hey, this is cool. It helps you relax. It's not as bad as smoking. So we have to hit hard. We have to let people know.
So what you're saying is that it's not as bad as smoking, it's worse.
It's worse because it has harmful side effects
what
on
your lungs. What
lungs.
are the side effects of vaping?
You can get popcorn lung due to the additives.
What is popcorn lung?
Right.
Doesn't sound like they're selling that in the store.
It doesn't sound like it sounds in the movie, right? So that is because due to some of the preservatives, like the flavorings and all of that they put into these cartridges, it affects your alveoli in your lungs, which is the smallest airway in your lung.
Okay.
And so your lung is damaged, basically. So it looks like popcorn, but it's not tasty and it's not healthy.
No.
It will reduce your lung capacity.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we just need to let people know. I mean, I don't know, you know, like I heard about that, the chicken interview before, and, you know, his first reference was about fast foods.
Yes.
And so that makes me wonder our mentality. Are we really making healthier choices? And we have to get that message. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that we have to stand up and we have to teach our children, us the adults. If we can't change our ways, if you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that's fine.
But sometimes I wonder if it's not just that we don't want to, but like, you know, making the healthier choices oftentimes so much more expensive.
And that's the thing. So we now have to ask our leaders of the Caribbean to regroup, put their money where their mouth is, and really walk the walk with our people. And really and truly allow for this not to be more expensive.
But does it trickle down?
Resources.
Does it trickle down? Like you just talking about the chicken interview, and it's like, you know, the changes happen above the farmers. The changes happen in places that we don't feel like we have control of it, and we wonder why.
And I really wonder why, because we put everybody there. We put all the leaders there, you know. So you wonder what, you know, but I don't think we should give up hope. I do think that the pandemic allowed us to see what we could plant in our garden. It allowed you to relate more to your neighbor in terms of what you have in your yard, what I have in my yard. You know, I prefer to pay, if I'm going to pay more money, I prefer to pay for something that came from here. And if we do that, if we, the consumers, change that paradigm and change that story, then we are telling the distributors, we are telling the importers, this is what we want, so you need to give us this. And that's what, and I'm not a politician, but that's what we need to give.
No, but it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But let me, I mean, we don't have much time, and this conversation could go on. Sorry, I think you don't need the wrong part there. Let me get back on track. So we have some seminars coming up that can actually help you get some more information about what you need to know when it comes to tobacco and how you can prevent. Is it help you to stop smoking? What
Both.
is it?
It's so Scotiabank Foundation collaborated with again this year, and it's our leadership webinar series. So the first one is launching on World No Tobacco Day, which is the 31st, from 4 to 6, and the information should be somewhere because there's a lot of information, right? So this is for us to educate the youths, but also their parents and adults, because it's never too late to stop smoking and stop vaping. And it's never too late to never start. Right? So this is to educate on breaking through the myths, giving you the facts. So education is our weapon and our tool to help you make healthier life choices. So this is us talking to you about, yes, what we need to do at a political level and advocate more and more to help get these things out of the market completely. But also we have an oncologist speaking to you about what it does to your lungs. We have another doctor speaking to you about tobacco cessation, about the reality and the truths of these devices, both vaping devices and nicotine itself. And then we have motivational speaker, because, Raucus, we have to look at the whole. It has to be holistic, and we have to give you the tools and understand and show that we understand why people make those choices.
And I was about to ask about that part of it. I mean, you're saying motivational speaker. Is there any sort of therapy involved? Because oftentimes, like you mentioned before, it's a coping mechanism for people. So sometimes they can't deal with whatever stress is at home or at work or wherever they're feeling stressed, and they resort to something like smoking as a coping mechanism. So if you're telling me to stop doing that, are you going to replace it with something else, or how do we fix that part of it?
So that is it. This is the beginning. This is opening your eyes to what is and what can be. So it's about self-esteem. It's about self-awareness. It's about mindfulness. These trigger words that we heard all during the pandemic, but it's real. And it doesn't mean you have to pay thousands of dollars for it, but it means that we want to let you know that the support is out there, and don't give up. You understand? So it's not just, oh, you shouldn't smoke because you're stupid, or, it's, we understand what can happen. We understand the manipulation of the industry, and that's important to note, that there's a great manipulation of the industry. But we can fight back, we can give you the tools, and don't lose hope.
I think that's a nice way to wrap it up there. Don't lose hope. Before we leave, though, can you give us any information to contact you guys if we want more info on the webinar? And how are we going to continue to spread this information?
We're on Facebook and Instagram, but you can send an email as well to projects@cancer.tt.
Projects@cancer.tt,
yes.
Right? It's up on the screen there.
And then we have a number 800 TTCS, and so you can call them and ask them for the projects department.
Okay.
But you can message us on Facebook and Instagram, but the registration flyer is all over social media.
And this is free, right?
And it's free.
Right.
That's important. It's very free, and it's good quality stuff, good information, and we won't give up. So
and we
thanks so
can't
much.
afford to give up. We have a whole nation to save, right?
Yes, yes, we do.
I want to thank you very much, Mrs. Chairwoman, for joining us this morning and sharing with us the information. Guys, the webinar is happening. It's launching from next Tuesday, which is World No Tobacco Day. Thank you very much, Dr. LeBlanc, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's quite entertaining.
Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Same to you.
All right, we take a quick break, and when we come back, we celebrate birthdays here on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.
TTT News, delivering more news more often to more people. TTT News, reporting on the people, events, and issues that affect your life. TTT News, online and fully interactive at TTT Live Online. TTT News, first at 6:30 p.m. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Hi, this is David Rudder, and I'll see you at Suite 100 Jazz in June. See you.
Hey, Mommy.
Hey, Kai. What happened? You can't see the time from here?
To me, it looks blurry. Guys, I know what we're going to talk about today.
Hi, I am Miss Sandy, and today I'm very excited because we are going to perform a children's eye examination.
Guys, I was so excited about getting my eyes checked. Kidstream, this Saturday on TTT.
Positivity to me is a way of life. It's a way of being.
I like words.
Tactical.
If I had so much
This place.
outside of the community.
So we know one of my young leader.
Music is the healing kind of new skill to do something.
You want this to be 25% of your meal.
You could go to Olympics too.
Tokyo 2020 became the goal.
And we're going to talk about achieving.
And that was my dream, to get 9 ones.
Out of the word achieve, you're left with ICE. Now everybody could achieve and have.
The Division of Education, Innovation and Energy's e-learning program for primary and secondary school students resumes. Tune in daily to stay on top of your studies. Lectures designed to guide you so that you keep up with your subjects. Also, for supplemental lessons and worksheets, visit our interactive website at www.thadeie.gov.tt.
Kids, speak up against abuse.
It is not acceptable for you to be abused in any manner.
From your parents, family members, or peers.
You have the right
to refuse the abuse. Report it to anyone.
Guidance counselors,
doctors, teachers, or even your neighbors.
Anyone who can help.
Speak up
against abuse. Speak up. Speak up.
Speak up.
Speak up.
Break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should never keep.
It's your birthday, baby. Happy birthday. Tasha Van Kiss. It's your birthday, baby.
Happy birthday to you. If it's your birthday today and you are celebrating, I want to wish you a fantastic day today. Let me start off with one of our loyal Facebook fans, friends, followers, family. I want to say happy birthday going out to Miss Viola Rudder, celebrating her birthday today. Hope that you have yourself a fantastic day today, Viola. And you celebrate it in style. Happiest birthdays to you. Thank you so much for being here with us every single morning. I also want to say happy birthday going out to my friend from a long time, Miss Adana Smart, a.k.a. Addie the teacher, celebrating her birthday today. Addie, hope that you have a fantastic day today as well, and you're able to enjoy it to the absolute maximum. Moving along to industry colleague, Mr. Jerryon Mang, celebrates his birthday today. Jerryon, happy birthday, brother. Hope that you enjoy it to the fullest extent that you possibly can and make the most of it. Also want to say happy birthday going out to cultural industry expert, Miss Jamie Bagu, celebrating her birthday today. Jamie, hope that you have yourself a fantastic day. See a cake there and everything already for you. So big up you. Also, an old schoolmate of mine, Mr. Giordano Mitchell, celebrates his birthday today. So, Gio, happiest of birthdays to you, bro. I hope that you are able to fully enjoy it and big up your whole self. I mentioned this earlier, and he's going to be joining us inside this next hour that's coming up. Mr. Hans Devine celebrates his birthday today. Happiest of birthdays to you, Hansy Pansy. Hope that you have yourself a day to celebrate today. Hope your hands on today.
Love it.
I couldn't help myself.
Love it, love
and
it.
And of course, the king himself celebrates his birthday today. I'm talking about the one and only, original, super blue, Mr. Austin Lyons. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Yes.
I hope that you are able to enjoy the day and make the most of it.
Of course.
You know, like up yourself. It'll be a fantastic birthday.
Yeah.
See what I did there.
Anyway. I saw what you did there. You are very hands-on this morning, and I really do appreciate it. You understand? Hands-on. All right.
Hands will be on later.
But if you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. I hope you have a great day today. I hope you have an even better week. I don't have any birthdays today, rockers. But one thing I just want to mention quickly is that today is African Liberation Day. Did you know that?
I mean, I feel
on May 25th. Today is African Liberation Day, and on this day, many African countries celebrate the hard-fought achievement of their freedom from European colonial powers. So I just think it was worth mentioning. I know, right? I love it. So,
well, speaking of freedom, if you want to go to Sweet 100 Jazz on next week, Saturday, the 4th of June, give us a call now at 622-4010. It's a fusion of our music and culture. Of course, we're celebrating down at the Hyatt Waterfront, and we want to give you a ticket just because.
And
just because it's Wednesday now, boy.
And it's free. Call us now, 622-4010. Answer the question at Ruckus, and I have for you. I think it's easy. You don't think it's easy?
I didn't know what the question is. What's the question?
The same question we asked yesterday.
We didn't ask the question yesterday, so you don't know what the question is?
I mean,
exactly.
We can change it if we want to, but I mean,
it could be so easy. Just give us a call at 622-4010 and let us know that you want to win it. You know what? If it's your birthday today, call us. I feel like I'll just give away the ticket to somebody whose birthday is today.
I find like you're hinting at Viola to call.
I mean, if she wants the ticket, she can call. I just call a whole heap of people there that can call and win.
I always see her comment. She's a fan. Tara is a fan. I mean, I won't even list everybody because we're going to forget some people as well. But good morning to you. And guess what? 622-4010. If you want to be at the Hyatt Waterfront listening to some sweet jazz or fusion, some sweet soca music, call us now and you can get that ticket if you answer a question. So call us. What's the question?
Let me answer the question now. I can do that ticket to go jazz and how we doing?
But I feel like you'll be there already.
I mean,
in
that's
a
not
different
the point.
capacity, maybe, but I think you will be. I think you will be there. No.
If I want to carry, you know what I mean? Little somebody.
Oh, please, they're safe.
I like it. Kimberly working the door on you. Kimberly is working at the door.
Now you go when people come and bomb rush the door, and when I blank them, we lose some followers. Why you so?
No, I mean, we giving away a ticket. If nobody don't want it, then they can't expect to walk in for free. No.
How they, guys, are you guys afraid of the question? It's so easy. I mean, we have been running these ads.
Leslie, pick up the phone and make sure the phone line working there, because I feel that might be. Make sure the phone plug in.
6224010. We have been running. Listen, if you go on Facebook now, you'll see the ads. If you're listening to Sweet 100 now, you might hear the ad.
And the ad is currently playing on Sweet 100.
Exactly.
Always currently playing.
Always currently playing. I like how you say that.
Always.
You can be on the Hyatt Waterfront joining us. I mean, David Rudder, Nyla Blackman. Who else is there, Rockers? Freetown Collective.
Destra's going to be there. Patrice Roberts is going to be there. Pedro Lazama is going to be there. Yeah. Adrian Kong is going to be there. Yeah. Of course, Kay Allen, Mauricia Kagan, Carl Beaver Henderson, Freetown Collective. The list is so long. King, David Michael Rudder.
Of course.
What else do they want? A free ticket?
Now,
you know what?
Rockers,
they're taking too long to call.
In addition with them coming, remember they also have their band. So Patrice will be back by the band. Nyla will have a soca band. They have bands.
Full band. All of these acts are coming with their full bands.
Full band.
It's proper
full
performance.
Sets. Listen, and you're on the waterfront and it's sunset and you're jazzing and it's a drinks inclusive event as well.
IG ready. That's what the girls say. IG
But it's
ready.
true. I tell you, you have to look out for that golden hour when you're in your white and you're sipping on something nice. And you hear David going up on the stage, Uncle David.
Give praise, children.
Listen.
Give praise, and you're wearing your white and you put your two hands up in the air. Oh, gosh. Yes. I've seen it already.
I know it's going to be a time.
Or when Joshua Regala run out with that pan solo here. And it could be, oh, gosh, it could be nice.
And talking about that, Rockers, who knows if we could look out for a little stage collaboration happening? Maybe Joshua run out with somebody.
A little clash, you never know.
Yeah, Joshua could run out with somebody.
Anything could happen. It's a jazz fusion event, you know. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. Say what, say what, say what. Anything could happen. I had to. I couldn't let it. It was hanging, Rockers. It was hanging and waiting there for me to add it. Say what, anything can happen. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, the first time that Rockers has been speechless.
Let me take a break and we'll come back with more Teddy in the morning show, because I don't understand what's happening here.
So nobody wants to take it?
Huh?
Nobody wants to take
it? Well, they're taking too long to call. We don't have time to waste. No, we have a whole show to do here this morning. No. Let me take the break and we'll come back with more. If all I want, we might be able to give it away later. If all are lucky.
True.
We'll see. Take that break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
The best for your baby is at thebesttoys.com. From the best strollers, car seats, baby carriers, high chairs, booster seats, rockers, jumpers and bouncers, walkers, baby blankets, feeding accessories, bathtubs, gyms and playmats, playpens, cribs, baby swings, changing tables, diaper bags, clothing and accessories, and the widest range of educational toys. We carry Infantino, Dr. Brown, Avent, Graco, Chico, Fisher-Price, VTech, Leapfrog, Disney Baby, Delta Children, Medela, and Twist Shape. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship McLean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 332-BABY. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Patients that come in with sensitivity and bleeding gums, that's a red flag. I'll definitely recommend new Sensodyne sensitivity and gum because it has dual action. We're already using toothpaste. Why not switch it out for something that's going to help reduce both sensitivity and the gum issues?
Jazz, a fusion of our music and culture. All here, June 4th at the waterfront. It's all about jazz. Shout to the whole 200 family. Fan man will be there. Come and listen to some jazz.
Music is a piece of art that goes into the ears and straight to the heart. Music is also considered the international language that crosses all barriers and unites all cultures. The Cross Caribbean Countdown is a popular fan-driven music countdown show that features the hottest lineup of Caribbean stars and music. It's the iron of your soul. It's the iron of your soul. While spotlighting Caribbean businesses, Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. exclusively on TTT with yours truly, Junior K.
We are something special, very special.
And remember to keep your tempo up.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to my shop. This is Jones Repair Shop, and I'm Mr. Jones. In my shop, there's nothing that cannot be fixed. The number one thing that I like to fix are hearts. Can you think about somebody who has heart in your life? Wow, your parents. They have heart, they have an inner strength, right? So has heart, everyone, means to have an inner strength.
It's just about 6 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. I'm Kimberly D'Souza. Now, the Digicel Foundation is turning 10 this year, and to kick things off, they will be having, or the foundation rather, is going to be issuing a call for applications for the EPIC project. And so here to tell us more about this is the operations manager at Digicel Foundation, Ms. Cindy Ann Currency. Ms. Currency, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, the EPIC program, it sounds epic. Tell us how epic it is.
EPIC is an acronym, and it actually stands for Extraordinary Projects Impacting Communities. So we launched EPIC in 2016, and since then we've had like over 120 projects impacting about 51,000 people in Trinidad and Tobago. And it has been an investment of 4.5 million TT dollars just in EPIC, just in this part of grant funding that we've issued over the years. As you said, we're turning 10 this year, and we're really excited about it. The actual birthday is in July, but we're celebrating an entire year of being 10. And to kick things off, we're going to do our call for applications. Now, this call for applications, we're looking for registered nonprofit organizations to apply for funding. This is $100,000 in funding, but we are looking for 10 groups because we're turning 10, right? So it's 10 groups for grant funding at $100,000. This is $1 million TT dollar investment in just this particular initiative, which is just one of the many things that we'll be doing to celebrate our 10-year anniversary.
Because that was going to be my question. Is it going to be $100,000 per group, or is it going to be $100,000 for the entire thing? But it's per group.
Yeah, so it's $100,000 per group. When we launched EPIC initially, the grant was a small grant. It was 35,000 TT dollars. And I mean, community groups have done, they really blew us out of the water in doing so much with that $35,000 grant. And last year we decided, let's see if we can increase that grant amount to see if that will also increase impact and the types of projects you'll receive. And so we tried the 100,000, and that was really successful. So we decided, okay, we only did 4 grants at 100,000 last year. Let's do 10 to celebrate 10. So it's definitely 100,000 per group, and we're looking for 10 groups to partner with.
Now, apart from it being a group, it has to be a group, so somebody can't just walk off the street and say, listen, I have an idea and I want to actually apply for this funding.
I think every time I talk about this grant funding, I get that question.
Of course.
No. So what we do encourage you to do, though, if you are just a regular person and you do have a really great idea to impact your community, to transform your community space, find a nonprofit group in your community. I can tell you, even though I don't know where you live, a group exists. Right? We're also open to working with faith-based organizations. Once those projects don't exclude anybody, they must be open to the entire community. So we are encouraging citizens. We have some private sector companies as well. It might be the person with the parlor down the road that has an idea. Find a group in your community that you can work with, collaborate with them, give them that support, and then be a part of that transformative project. So only registered groups with a bank account in the group's name. The group, of course, must be an active group. And of course, you have to provide us with your registration details and your banking information, etc., to show that you have a proper governance structure and all of these things. Because it's $100,000, it's a lot of money, and there is a level of transparency and accountability that's required.
Now, in terms of the scope of the project, what is the foundation looking for?
Okay, so our 10-year theme is really a decade of transformation, and EPIC has kind of taught us that it's been transformative projects. So we are looking for projects that can transform an indoor or outdoor space within a community. In the past, we've gotten project proposals or applications to upgrade play parks, basketball courts, to maybe start a computer lab in a community, things like that. So it must be an actual space in the community that you are upgrading, refurbishing, developing, and it can be an indoor space or an outdoor space. So we are looking for projects of that nature. The project itself must be implemented within 8 to 12 weeks, right? We do not want this going on for an entire year, so 8 to 12 weeks. It used to be 6 to 8 weeks. We've added on a few more weeks just because it's $100,000. And we are looking for projects that really, really transform. So we want to see some innovation. We want to see collaboration as well. I encourage all of the NGOs, who are listening and watching today to reach out to your councillors, reach out to the MP's office, reach out to other nonprofits in the community. I do as much as you can to collaborate so that whatever you produce, whatever your project is, it really is a transformative experience for the people in your community.
Now, while applications are open, when is the deadline date to submit this project idea?
Well, we open applications on the 4th of May, and we are going to close them up on the 31st of May. So we have just a bit more time. I'm seeing the applications coming in, they're trickling in, but I know that, and again, this is just by experience, over the weekend, we're going to get that last rush of applications coming in. So the application will close, the link will actually close off on, is it Tuesday, is it 31st at midnight. So groups have up until then to submit their application. The application process is an online application. You can find the actual application linked on our social media pages, and we're Digital Foundation TT on both Instagram and on Facebook. We can also email it to you. So if you want, you can leave a comment there or send a direct message, and somebody from our team will then send the application form. It can also be found on our website at digitalfoundation.org. And again, it's an online application, so really think about it. Have your collaborators on board with you, have your budget and everything ready. This is $100,000, be very intentional, about this particular process. It's going to be competitive. We will only select 10 projects, and we will look for the 10 best projects. And of course, this is open to Trinidad and to Tobago.
So that was my next question. I mean, what exactly will the foundation be looking for? So is it going to be innovation, probably how sustainable the project is, that sort of thing?
I feel like you're stealing my thunder today, right? So yes, sustainability is on our list. It's like actually the number one thing on our list. So that's why we're asking you to reach out to partners and collaborate, because we want to know that whenever you've developed or established whatever this project is, and that $100,000 funding is over, that this can continue. So collaborate as much as you can. We are looking for innovation. We are looking for sustainability. And innovation, when I say that, I know people always think about creating something new, but innovation also means making something better. So what is happening in your community? What spaces do you have at the moment that you can add some funding to make this experience? We're also looking for things that really meet your beneficiaries where they are at. So it's really, and that's why it's not an individual project, it's a community project. So think about the people that you are going to serve and what are some of their needs, and is this project going to meet their needs? Like all projects, we expect that your project either solves a problem, addresses an issue, or creates an opportunity. So if there is a way for the community to generate an income or any kind of sustainable elements like that, those things are really attractive to our board of directors and our selection committee, who will be the ones shortlisting the 10 projects.
Now, earlier on, you would have mentioned transparency. Is there a way that the foundation is going to check in to ensure that the money is being put to good use?
So we like to tell ourselves we aren't sponsors, right? We are partners. So when you are shortlisted and we reach out to you and we start that engagement process, we are a very robust partner. It's not going to be me showing up with a big check, we're smiling, we're sending a press release to the media, and then it's over. No, we are very involved in the project. We do regular site visits. We meet with the groups regularly, because sometimes there is some capacity building that's needed. Sometimes they do need that extra support, and our team, that's exactly what we do. So these projects, we feel like we're part of these projects because we have to update on it quite regularly. So we work with the groups. We also do background checks. We walk around, we talk to each other. The donor industry is pretty small, and so it's easy to reach out to somebody and ask them, hey, have you worked with this group before, or another community group, etc. And sometimes within the application form, we do ask, do you have experience in implementing projects of this nature? So There's information within the application process that gives us an insight to the group and the type of capacity that it has, but we also walk with you throughout the entire implementation process, from beginning to the end.
Now, can you give us at least 2 examples of some people who may have been selected before? I mean, what was the scope of their projects?
Okay, so I can take you to Tobago, which our most recent EPIC launches happened in the past maybe 6 weeks. And 4 groups in Tobago were awarded this EPIC grants in late February, early March. One group, 2 of them are police youth clubs. One did a hydroponics green farm. They actually had a greenhouse, and they used the funding to expand their hydroponics unit. And they already have a plan in terms of, selling it to the local hoteliers. There's a hospital nearby that they started talks with on how we can get this done. They've trained 30 youth farmers and given them a cycle so that they can then generate their own revenue and then start hydroponics at their home if they wanted to do that. So that's a really great idea in terms of food security, building capacity, empowering young people. And of course, it's a great business idea. The other group, they created a youth skills center, and within the skills center, there was a computer lab because they wanted to teach computer literacy, not just for the children in the community, but also for adults. And they had an entrepreneurship hub where they would teach barbering and hairdressing, and of course, give the young people an opportunity to make this into their chill spot so that they can earn some revenue as well that goes back into the community group and goes back into the wider community. Another group in Lowlands, Tobago, this is Women of Substance, they created a safe space for vulnerable women. It's more of an empowerment center. And this is a space where women can come, use the internet, sit down and have a chat. It's a lounge area. If they needed counseling, they would also provide that service. It's really just a lounge for you to feel at home and connect with other people. And they created that space with their funding. And the 4th group was the senior citizens. Actually, they are retired people. They're part of TTRP, and they created a senior activity center. They had the building, THA gave them the building, and they outfitted it. They put in, they did their electrical work, made sure that it was a safe space so that they can have their meetings and continue doing the work that they do because, they're very active when it comes to outreach, but also it's about them socializing with one another. So that
was on the ball.
In terms of ideas, and it is, and it's really exciting to see that the different segments in terms of the audiences, the senior citizens, youth, farmers, youth at risk, and of course, women who are in vulnerable situations. So that has been pretty exciting for us for the past 2 months to work with those groups in Tobago, and now we want to do it again, and let's see what it would be like now for these new groups. These 10 partners will come on this year.
Now, Ms. Currency, 10 years in existence, the foundation is celebrating, and you mentioned that it's actually going to be in July. So what other projects or how else is the foundation going to be celebrating this milestone?
No, why are you trying to steal my thunder? No. So we have some plans, and I really want to leave that opportunity. I'm bringing my CEO, Penny Gomez, for her to share those plans. So that this milestone is as much hers as it's ours. But we do have some really great ideas. I think it's just one, as I said. We are going to do something in our other large portfolio, which is in special needs. And that's a little secret that we're working on right now. So we're not ready to talk about it just yet. But it is going to be a project dedicated to persons with disabilities, working with some of the special schools that we have in Trinidad and Tobago and our partners there. We also do have some goodies for just digital customers, people that visit our store. We have some things in store for them. And the EPIC, the community grants, it's one big part of it as well. We do have some other technology-driven ideas that we will be sharing with other communities, in particular rural communities. But let me not steal that thunder from Penny, because I want her to come on to talk about those particular things. Yes. And we will be launching that and revealing it. But what I will tell you, though, our theme for 10 years, it's a decade of transformation. So we are celebrating the years gone by, and we are pretty much doing a toast for the years to come. And this year is really going to be amazing and exciting, and we're so grateful and honored and happy to reach this milestone because of our partnerships that we've had in the past. And we're just ready to celebrate. We're ready to celebrate and give back in the way that we always do.
It sounds as if you're ready to celebrate, and I'm happy to hear that. But before you go quickly, Ms. Currency, if anybody wants more information about the applications, is there a website or social media you can guide them to?
Yes. So right now, the application form, it's a link. It's on our social media pages. Our handle is Digital Foundation TT, right? So you can find it on both Instagram and on Facebook. They can also direct message or leave a comment there. We check those pages every day, all day. So we'll also get back to you right away. You can email us directly at digitalfoundationtt@digitalgroup.com, right? I'll say that again, digitalfoundationtt@digitalgroup.com. Yes, it's on the screen. So you can send us an email directly and we will get back to you right away. And then, of course, you can also visit our website, digitalfoundation.org. And when you go there, you can actually see the list of the 120 EPIC projects that we have supported over the past 5 or 6 years, right? So you can get an idea of what the types of projects were, where they are located, and the types of partners that we've had. So anybody, again, who's interested, you have to be a registered group. The project must be implemented between 6 to 12 weeks. It's $100,000 in funding, so really do a budget and collaborate as much as you can. We are looking for transformative projects, so projects that can create, develop, or establish an indoor or an outdoor space in your community. And we are really looking at your beneficiary reach. We want to know that as many people as possible have access to the space and will benefit from having it there.
Ms. Currency, thank you so much for joining us. And as you say, I think you're going to have to look out for those applications this weekend. So good luck on that.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to it. And I mean, I'm encouraging the media as well. You know, if you do have an idea in terms of your specific community, reach out to groups nearby and help guide them and help them to put in an application form and then work with them on the project itself. We are really excited. We know a lot of people are out here doing great things. And this is just an opportunity for us to help facilitate that and just take that journey with them.
Thanks again, Ms. Currency. Have a great one.
Okay, take care. Thanks for having me.
And that was Ms. Cindy Ann Currency, the Operations Manager at Digital Foundation, just sharing some details about the EPIC program. You're on the Now Morning Show. We're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us.
The best birthday gifts are at thebesttoys.com. Shop for the best brands you love at the best prices. Like VTech, Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, Barbie, Cocomelon, LOL, Baby Alive, Crayola, Lego, Nerf, and remote control vehicles, kids learning desks and educational toys, ride-ons, bikes, drones, science toys, and board games and puzzles, and a wide range of baby items. We also have the best devices for school, like laptops, the Amazon Fire 7 tablet, the Amazon Fire 8, 10, and Kids Edition tab, as well as cases and accessories. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship MacBean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 32DBEST to order. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Jazz, a fusion of our music and culture. Sweet 100 FM. I, Nyla Blackman, will be performing alongside Soca the Band on June 4th for an unforgettable experience. You don't want to miss it. See you guys there.
Welcome to the 53rd General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union from August 15th to 17th at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort in beautiful Tobago. This year's theme, Media and Information Literacy. Tobago is a smaller sister in the twin island republic of Trinidad and Tobago, nestled in the heart of the Southern Caribbean. Enjoy 116 square miles of historical sites and award-winning eco-friendly land and marine spaces, including the magical Nyland Pool. And you're just a ferry away from a Trinidad adventure. Our warm hospitality, rich cuisine, and unique traditions will inspire you to extend your stay. Tranquil Tobago is where the Caribbean connects for the 53rd CBU Assembly. To register and enjoy discounts on Caribbean airline flights, visit www.caribbroadcastunion.org. Come and experience beyond ordinary.
For his mercy, exalt him, his God, exalt him, give for exalt him, exalt him.
Wednesdays on the Now Morning Show.
Trinidad and Tobago, the entertainment capital of the Caribbean. But in 2020, the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic hit us with a complete shutdown.
Trinidad and Tobago can anticipate even higher numbers of persons contracting the COVID-19 virus.
However, with the ability to get vaccinated,
we have received our first tranche of COVID-19 vaccines, 33,600.
Our cultural ambassadors are able to travel and create opportunities. This is Hands-On, where we highlight those who have taken up the responsibility of representing us and our vibe.
Wednesdays on the Now Morning Show.
Hands is on the Now Morning Show on a Wednesday. It's hump day and it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to you, Mr. Devines.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
I actually saw the greeting in the birthday club. Like I like it, and I also like the fact that I'm among some good company.
Yeah, man.
Like when you say my name and then you say Super Blue, you leave out Pandey though.
Yeah, boy, today is
Pandey.
You leave out the Pandey. Yes.
Yeah.
So Mr. Basio Pandey, happy birthday, sir.
Exactly.
Happy belated shout out, but happy birthday still. Big up you.
Have a good one. Yeah.
And I like the fact that you came around with the African Liberation Day fact. Like that was big, Kim. Like I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you know that all these years you're living here and celebrating your birthday and it's just.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. So we back with the, we could call this season 2 of Hands-On.
Yeah. Just a continuation.
Because we started last year around Miami Carnival time, and then we went up to a bunch of different carnivals and things that were happening in the diaspora.
Right.
What are we doing this year?
Okay, so the first time we did it, I was actually in the US for 2 to 3 months, and I was working on another project, and on working on the project, I noticed all these stories were happening now. Trinidad and Tobago, we were in a different position in terms of the pandemic, a lot more lockdown, a lot more control, confined, compared to the US. So I started telling those stories. Then I got back home and I noticed a lot of these stories weren't told. So a lot of people still don't understand what the people in entertainment went through during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was very serious. But at the end of the tunnel, there was light, and there is light, and there continues to be light. So basically what this season 2 does is ties back our beauty as Trinidad and Tobago to the people that represent us and their stories during this time.
Sounds good.
Well, are we here with the first story?
Yeah.
Well, the first story looks at, we know this weekend is Indian arrival.
Right.
Yeah.
And I decided to bring forth a feature that highlights the contribution of people of India and how it impacted our music, and one of our cultural ambassadors, Ravi B. So here it is, Hands-On, Ravi B.
The Temple in the Sea is truly a sight to see, which represents commitment to overcoming adversity. The Hanuman Murti is the largest one in the Western Hemisphere. These locations in central Trinidad highlight the influence of our Indian ancestors on our culture, further compounded by our celebrations of Diwali and Pagwa. This influence is also highlighted in soca, and more specifically, chutney. One of the carriers of this culture is Ravi B.
Hey guys, I'm Ravi B Samber, better known as Ravi B, from the group called Karma. It's a music group from Trinidad and Tobago. We specialize in soca and chutney soca music. It's always a wonderful feeling to know where you came from and the heritage and the traditions that you came from, you know. I first started singing bhajans. That's religious music in Hinduism. I went to Sanghi Grandi Hindu school. So when I started singing bhajans, that is when I realized, hey, wait, I could sing a little bit, you know. The pandemic for me, I would say there were advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantages obviously would be no work and not being able to do what I love most, which is music and performing live on stage for almost 2 years. But the advantages of that, I got the opportunity to rest my body and educating myself about things that is out of my circle that I'm accustomed to.
So bring the Johnny Walker, time to start over. She gonna she left me. So on to the
Honestly, the first real live performance that I had with a massive crowd would have been for Pagua recently in Guyana. I lost it because I was about to start my song and the way the crowd started to scream and throw up the powder in the air, and I forgot my words.
It's been 2 years. I've been performing for you for 2 years. Did you miss me? What's up?
And I was like, oh my God, I forgot what was that? Like when I was looking back at the video recording of it, I was like, oh, how I could forget the chorus of the song. And like, but it wasn't that. It was really like I was so excited, like tears almost came out my eyes when I saw this crowd. It was at the National Stadium in Guyana. It was a Pagua celebration, and it was truly something I missed performing for them. That moment, I was like, yeah, I'm back.
Go back by it. Do yourself a party.
In a nutshell, what I love about our country, Trinidad and Tobago, is definitely the food, culture, the traditions, our music. As someone who travels a lot to see and hear what people say about Trinidad and Tobago, they talk about our carnival, our culture, and it's one of the only countries, I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I think it's one of the very few countries that unity actually exists, you know, among the different races in our country. I could actually see it, that we all come together for sports, we all come together for music, entertainment, and we all come together as one when we have to defend our country. And I'm very proud of Trinidad and Tobago for that.
Something I've been dancing and superstar to sing.
Hands on with Ravi B there. I mean, if this is the beginning, I look forward to all the rest.
Yeah. We definitely going to have some interesting ones and some stories that, in my opinion, haven't been told. So we actually have a feature on DJs coming, and we also have a feature on the MCs, as well as food and different things and different ambassadors that represent us that haven't been told, because a lot of times when we talk about our cultural ambassadors, it's just one way we look at it.
It's very limiting.
Yeah.
But I mean, we look forward to exploring it and opening up the boundaries and seeing exactly the people that contribute to our cultural fabric and how they can continue to play a role. Hans, do enjoy the rest of your birthday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy birthday.
And I guess we see you again next week Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
You'll bring the cake then?
Yeah.
No.
The piece
the
of
way,
the
the way birthdays work is the person whose birthday it is gets things.
Yeah, but when you get it, I'm saying you can bring it to us.
Oh, okay.
Don't expect us to give it to you.
This guy is too smart.
Bring slices for the crew as well, please. You have a pretty upstairs.
You know what? Enjoy the rest of your day, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Hands on. We're going to take hands off now. We take a break and come back with more inside the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.
Love in my heart, rum in my veins, I so love my rum. Bring an expert to life.
I will make food security a reality.
I will design groundbreaking prototypes.
I will create the next life-saving vaccine.
Whatever your career aspirations, the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus is where tomorrow's game changers begin their journey. With fully accredited programs across 8 faculties, our graduates are innovating regionally and impacting globally. See what it's like to be UE. Visit sta.uwi.edu/apply.
It's interesting. We often don't think of ourselves as investors, but in Trinidad and Tobago, we have among the highest rate of investors in the Caribbean, estimated at nearly 800,000. That's just about every single household. Educating the population about investing, the benefits and risk, and helping individuals create wealth not only for themselves but generations to come is important to us at the TTSec. Wealth creation at all levels is also good for our economy. I am TTSec.
for Indian arrival. Come be part of the NCIC's Indian Heritage Month with a 4-weekend calendar of celebrations featuring live shows and exhibitions. It all begins on Friday, May 6th with an evening of folk culture at 6 p.m. Then 5 p.m. Saturday shows. On May 14th, relax and enjoy lovely classical music. May 21st is a treat for local classical singing fans. May 28th, dance fills the stage. On the holiday Monday, May 30th, is the grand cultural show, Journey of the Indentured, and browse through the heritage exhibitions. From May 21st to June 6th, the NCIC's Indian Heritage Month at the Nagar Grounds. Free admission and parking.
Oh, hi there. Welcome. Welcome to my shop. This is Jones Repair Shop, and I'm Mr. Jones. In my shop, there's nothing that cannot be fixed. The number one thing that I like to fix are hearts. Can you think about somebody who has heart in your life? Wow, your parents. They have an inner strength, right? So has heart, everyone, means to have an inner strength.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show on this Wednesday morning. I'm Kimberly D'Souza. Now, Caribbean Arms Studio, or CAM Studio, is a film and entertainment company creating new norms of Caribbean entertainment, starting with children and the Caribbean Family Unit. And they're expanding and sharing our culture with the rest of the world. And so here to tell us more about this, in studio with me right now is the director of CAM Studio, Mr. Sario Millard, and of course, an optometrist at My Care Optical, Ms. Folade Sandy. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Nice to be here.
Now, of course, Mr. Millard, I'll begin with you first. I mean, CAM Studio, I love the play on words that you have. How long it has been in existence, and is this the first film or series coming out of the camp?
Right, so we've been in existence since about, let's say, 2020. This is in the middle of the pandemic, coming out of it, trying to find something for my son to really do. And so we started with these short videos on YouTube. One of them was an emancipation story. That went on to being well recognized in Canada with over 3,000 schools. That was last year in November. And we started creating Kidstream as one of our first shows that we're producing, which is really all about science, social learning, technology, reading, research, engineering, arts, math, and music. So, stream is all encompassing, and we try to explore the stream that exists among us.
Nice.
Right.
Now, this Kidstream is the first and only project coming out of the camp, because, of course, you said it was, created in 2020.
Yeah, it is the first. Right. Since then, we started it last year, the project. So we have a few more projects that we have lined up, but it's really more about family and children entertainment, and also encouraging more education for the kids.
And who is little Kai? Is he your son?
Yes, actually.
Very nice. So how did that come about? Is it just because he was your son, you pull him in, or you realized that he was also interested in that stream topic?
Oh, well, since he was about 3 years old or so, 2 or 3, he's been asking to make YouTube videos. He's always been asking to do that. And so it's...
And this is Kai on screen?
Yes, yes, that's him there. And he is an avid reader, and he absorbs so much information. So it's a joy to work with him, not just because he's my son, but he's very easy to work with, and he's very professional when he's about what he's doing. So I like that.
And how old is he?
He's 8 right now.
And Ms. Sandy, I see you shaking your head, because I know you were also one of the people to be featured as well. How was it?
Yeah, Kai was a pleasure to work with.
He is wiser than his age right now. And I think that's a trend that we're seeing among young children. They're super inquisitive. And also he did bring, you can say, a sense of professionalism to the set as well, which was really astounding because he is, how old he said?
He's 8.
He's 8, yeah. So that was really well. And I must say that the entire Camp Studio team was also a dream to work with in terms of producing and filming the content for My Care Optical.
And how did the collaboration between Camp Studios and, of course, My Care Optical take place?
Well, actually, it was through another one of the directors that we that I had touched base with, and what we looked to do was really partner with companies that are making differences in the community, that they have good reputations as well, and mainly we're focusing on small and medium-sized enterprises to partner with them, and we want to explore the stream, at least through Kidstream. We want to explore the stream and what they're doing. So we've been in touch with people that are involved in swimming and sports science. And, you know, the other day we were contacted by someone who makes drones, you know. So it's really interesting. It has been an excellent journey, and we see so many things happening in the future. But, you know, this Saturday is really about what we did here with My Care Optical, which is about the eye. And it was an exciting episode. I'm sure Solange could tell you a little bit more.
So with this episode, it was Kai's first visit to My Care Optical. When we sat down and we decided what direction we were going to take to film, we wanted to showcase, yes, the routine examination at My Care Optical, because we do realize that both children as well as adults may be nervous for their first time testing their eyes. So it was really essential that we showcase different steps throughout the examination, so that when persons come, they would already know what to expect already when they come in, and they would also, you can say, just enjoy the experience a lot more.
Yes. Now, I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it's supposed to be airing this Saturday. Where?
Yeah. On TTT, actually.
Nice.
At 5:30 p.m.
Nice.
So it's an excellent time, you know, and we hope to do much more of that here with TTT working together. So, you know, in terms of what we do moving forward, it's going to be very exciting. We want to produce books. We want to create different types of content. And, you know, we want to encourage more businesses to really come on board and actually get volunteers. And that's one of the main things that we are really seeking to build in terms of Camp Studio right now.
Yeah, because I was about to ask, I mean, creating a TV series is very expensive. And I was actually going to ask, is there anybody, any sponsors, you know, who may be looking right now, any numbers or anything they can call to get in contact with you?
I'm sure, yeah. Our number is actually 232-4135. So, and, you know, they could get in touch with us via marketing at campstudiott.com. So, you know, so it's very easy to reach out to us. You know, our team is small right now. In terms of what we produce, I'm actually one of the people that work behind the scenes, behind the camera. And, you know, for this episode, you probably might see a little bit of me in front of the
background as well. Nice.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's really exciting. Well, yeah, so basically they can reach out to us via phone. You know, they could WhatsApp us, they can call us, or they can email us. They can reach out to our Facebook page. They can reach out. You know, we have various methods for which they can reach us.
They can reach out. Now,
Yes.
is it only one episode that has been shot already, or is there some more in the can?
We've shot this one here. We have a few more that's in progress right now. We're going to take a little break to do some, well, print media.
Right.
Really, in the meantime. And then we're going to go back and complete the editing and some of the shooting for some of the other areas. But it's, you know, it's a very exciting journey that we've been on so far. And 2022, 2023 is going to be quite exciting. We're hoping to get into animation and other areas, which will be exciting for kids, you know, because kids love the colors, they love the sounds.
And how long is one episode going to be?
Right, so one episode is roughly about 22 minutes, you know, just about. They're apart. So most of them would be about that length, right? Of course, for streaming audience online, they have a different taste, right? Because they like smaller and shorter tidbits.
Yes.
But what we try to do is always provide value. And so since that is our main thing in terms of providing value, we also want to partner with companies that provide value, like My Care Optical.
Nice. Now we have about under a minute, but I just have to ask about your partnership or how you were included in the Canadian Film Festival. Just tell us about that really, really quickly.
Well, the Canadian Film Festival, we actually were reached out to. We didn't go seeking out.
Them. They came to you.
So they came to us. They saw our content. What happened is that Canada started recognizing emancipation. And so with that, our content was really one of the only content there that is really geared towards children. And, because kids, you have to manage their mindsets. So, we try to bring on psychologists in terms of what we're trying to do, the stuff that we want to create. We bring them on so that we make sure that they are left with the right feeling at the end of it. That we have also we contact historians, whether it is that we have historic data, we'd contact them just to make sure that everything is fine.
Of course.
When we do shows like Diwali or other stuff like that, we might contact a pundit, different areas.
Just to ensure that it's relevant.
Yeah.
Of course, Mr. Malad.
So
thank you so much for joining us on TTT. Of course, we are going to be looking out for that episode as well on Saturday. So thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Sandy, as well. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having
me. I really, really hope it's going to be a success. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Now, that was Mr. Sario Millard, who is the director of Camp Studios and also an optometrist for My Care Optical. Ms. Folade Sandy, just talking about that big debut that we're going to be seeing on Saturday. Kidstream is going to be on TTT. We're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us.
TDT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Music is a piece of art that goes into the ears and straight to the heart. Music is also considered the international language that crosses all barriers and unites all cultures. The Cross Caribbean Countdown is a popular fan-driven music countdown show that features the hottest lineup of Caribbean stars and music. While spotlighting Caribbean businesses, Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. exclusively on TTT with yours truly, Junior K.
We are something special, very special.
And remember to keep your tempo up.
I may not be right for you, but I'm right for somebody.
It's your girl Didi, and we are back with another episode of We Outside. You know we have been hitting you with events week upon week, greatness happening, and it continues to happen.
I may not be right for you, but I'm right for somebody. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, I'm real good, I'm real.
बातें अब नहीं धड़कती दिन भी सांसें नहीं लेते अब तो आ जाओ मेरे सोने यार बातें रह गई अधूरी मेरे लबों पे जरूरी आंखें सुन जाओ मेरे सोने यार तेरे बिन नहीं लागे जिया तेरे बिन अब तो आजा पिया तेरे बिन नहीं लागे जिया तेरे बिन चांद भी वही है सितारे तेरे बाद फीके फीके लगते हैं सारे चांद भी वही है सितारे तेरे बाद फीके फीके लगते हैं सारे आजा लेके तू सवेरे कर जा दूरी ये अंधेरे तेरी दूरी तड़ पावे सोने यार तेरे बिन नहीं लागे जिया तेरे बिन अब तो आजा पिया तेरे बिन ओ नहीं लागे जिया तेरे बिन
Civil engineer, musician, teacher. That's some of the titles that Nicholas Dindial holds. Good morning to you, sir, and welcome to the
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What's the name of this track?
This song is called Tere Nahi Lage Jia. Tere Bin Nahi Lage Jia.
What does that mean?
Basically, it's a song about professing your love and letting someone know how much they mean to you.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics itself, it's a very, very... So the thing with Bollywood music, the lyrics, they mean so much.
Mm-hmm.
A few words could mean so much in so many different ways.
Simply poetry, right?
It's poetry,
right.
And it's lovely poetry. And the song, essentially, it's professing your love, letting someone know how much they mean to you, what their absence means to you, you know? So, yeah.
So it's a love song about you know, the importance of love and the importance of having that person.
It's a beautiful love song.
Now, I understand that you are a teacher of some sort.
I was a teacher at one point.
Longer.
Yes.
Okay, but you did teach East Indian knowledge and culture and that kind of thing. Tell me some of the misconceptions that people often have when it comes to East Indian culture.
Well, personally, I think, like, from interacting with persons and so on, I think there should be a distinction between culture and religion.
Right.
You know, culture is an entirely separate thing. Religion is a whole thing by itself.
Right.
So the culture is, you know, the way of doing things. For example, our style of music, the style of music that I learned is Indian classical.
Right.
And, you know, Western music and all those things, they're very well tied into it.
Right.
And
that's like what we heard just now there, because I'm hearing some influences.
Yes, a lot of the love songs, sorry, not love songs, I mean Bollywood music.
Bollywood music, right.
They're written based on a lot of rags. So in Indian classical music, we have a lot of different rags. A lot of them mean a lot of different things. They bring across different emotions, you know. And so they use to create certain songs to deliver that emotion.
Right. And you put the Western flavor in terms of the musicality on top of it.
Modern music,
right.
modern days, they give it that modern twist. I know a friend of mine, Hemi Singh, she was here on Monday.
Yeah, she was.
And she mentioned that she's more of the, you know, the older type of music. I'm an old soul in a young body.
So you make me too.
Yes.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Nicholas Dindial here with us on the show. Of course, Nicholas, I want to ask you to sing another one before we go.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
All right. Well, before we go, though, I want to remind each and every one of you to go out there and make a difference today. Now, because together we aspire. and together
we achieve.
On behalf of Miss Kimberly D'Souza, my name is Raucus. I hope that you do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And Nicholas Dindial shall take us to the top of the hour. On behalf of all of us here at TTT, we wish you a fantastic Wednesday today. Nicholas, let me go to the top of the time.
भूल भी सड़ मत जाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना भूल भी सड़ मत जाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना भूल भी सड़ आज भूल भी सड़ भूल भी सड़ आज भूल भी सड़ भूल भी सड़ मत जाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना भूल भी सड़ मत जाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना जब तो मेरा नाम न जाने 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 मेरा नाम दीवाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना मेरा नाम दीवाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना भूल भी सड़ आज भूल भी सड़ भूल भी सड़ आज भूल भी सड़ भूल भी सड़ मत जाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना भूल भी सड़ मत जाना रे सैया मोरे गलियों में आना सूरज जैसा पार हमारा सूरज जैसा पार हमारा
Music is a piece of art that goes into the ears and straight to the heart. Music is also considered the international language that crosses all barriers and unites all cultures. The Cross Caribbean Countdown is a popular fan-driven music countdown show that features the hottest lineup of Caribbean stars and music. It's the iron of your soul. It's the iron of your soul. While spotlighting Caribbean businesses, Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. exclusively on TTT with yours truly, Junior K.
We are something special, very special.
And remember to keep your tempo up.
Greetings, I am Lou.
And I am Muhammad. And we are Freetown.
And we will be performing at Sweet 100 FM Jazz.
June 4th at the Hyatt Waterfront. Can you feel the love that's in the air? If you feel it, let me hear you say.
A fusion of our culture and music.
We will be coming with all our vibes, all our love, and all our stories for every single one of you.
Love.
Respect.
Going beyond the headlines. Asking the questions you want answered. Exploring government policies and how they impact you. We are delving deeper.
Join TTT this Thursday at 6 p.m. for Delving Deeper with Minister the Honorable Marvin Gonzalez. TTT News, delivering more news more often to more people. Follow us on social media at TTT Live Online. Log on to www.ttt.live.
Good morning. Welcome to TTT News. I am Roxanne Suraj, making the news at this time. The Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, says that what happens in the Parliament is recorded, so to attempt to lie about it is ridiculous. Speaking at a town meeting on Tuesday night, he referred to an upcoming challenge to his leadership of the country.
I'm happy to hear and see that the opposition leader for the first time is going to file a vote of no confidence in me in my capacity as Prime Minister. I have the distinction of running this country for almost 7 years, and the leader of the opposition has never seen it fit to file a vote of no confidence in me or my government. But now she will. Now she will.
He suggests that the opposition leader's argument is not logical because of the live recordings of the parliament.
I am supposed to have lied to the parliament. So you didn't find no vote of no confidence about any energy or planning and development or Tobago. No, no, no. You are only moved now on a matter of truth. Because I said that I have never seen and I don't know anything about a report by some Dr. Sabga.
Dr. Rowley says checking the Hansard is all it would take to see that her allegations are not supported. In other news, according to United Nations Population Fund, gender-based violence in the Caribbean region is rising. This as the organization and the Caribbean community are hosting a conference on providing much-needed services to women and girls in the region.
The program will ensure that all women and girls who experience gender-based violence are provided with greater access to a coordinated set of essential and quality multi-sectoral services in health, social services, policing, and justice.
Director of the UNFPA office in the Caribbean, Alison Drayton, says globally, 1 in 4 women report that they have experienced gender-based violence. She adds that a survey in 6 countries in the region shows 1 in 3 women in the Caribbean reporting they have been victims.
That incidents of GBV and domestic violence are significantly underreported. So if this is what the surveys show, I think we can all confidently assume that the numbers are far worse than are being documented. And then when we see the headlines across the region, in many countries we are escalating from GBV to feminicide.
Drayton adds that in Guyana, the numbers are even higher, with 50% of women indicating that they have been victims of gender-based violence. The conference, which is being held at the Hyatt Regency, started on Monday and will end on Wednesday. In sports, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling the benefits of a more rigorous fitness regime as the U.S. Open champion prepares to continue her French Open campaign. The 19-year-old plays Alexandra Sasnovich of Belarus in her second-round match on Wednesday. Raducanu battled from a set down to overcome Czech's teenager Linda Noskova in her Roland Garros debut. Raducanu said when asked about her fitness, "I think that is definitely improving." She said she had been doing in the lead-up to this week and the whole of last week a lot in the gym. Raducanu, who has battled a series of niggling injuries since her U.S. Open triumph in September, said she has also endeavored to add unpredictability to her game. Internationally, 2 teachers and 19 young children were killed in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday, with more than a dozen people also injured. Uvalde Memorial Hospital posted on Facebook that 13 children had been taken to hospital via ambulances or buses. A 66-year-old woman and a 10-year-old girl were also in a critical condition at a hospital in San Antonio. The shooting is the deadliest such incident since the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting in Connecticut, in which 20 children and 6 staff were killed. And that was the latest news to the hour. I am Roxanne Suraj. Have a great day.
This is TTT. Live for local.
The best for your baby is at thebesttoys.com. From the best strollers, car seats, baby carriers, high chairs, booster seats, rockers, jumpers and bouncers, walkers, baby blankets, feeding accessories, bathtubs, gyms and play mats, playpens, cribs, baby swings, changing tables, diaper bags, clothing and accessories, and the widest range of educational toys. We carry Infantino, Dr. Brown, Avent, Graco, Chico, Fisher-Price, VTech, Leapfrog, Disney Baby, Delta Children, Medela, and Twist Shape. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship McLean. Shop online now at dbesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 332-BABY. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Give your child the best seat during mealtime with Next Gen's Little Nibble High Chair. It's JPMA certified, tested and trusted to meet U.S. federal safety requirements. The high chair can be fully reclined for infant feeding, used as a full-size high chair frame, or the seat can be moved to the lowest height position for a toddler chair. Visit us in-store or shop online now at thebesttoys.com.
Hi, I'm Audria with a look at the Highback Turbo Booster, Graco's top-rated 2-in-1 booster. It's a high-back booster seat that easily converts to a backless booster when your child is ready. This sturdy seat is designed to safely transport your big kid in a high back mode from 3 to 10 years old, from 30 to 100 pounds and 38 to 57 inches tall. It's designed to support children in backless mode from 4 to 10 years old, from 40 to 100 pounds and 40 to 57 inches tall. Safety is the driving factor for Highback Turbo Booster. This seat is top-rated by leading consumer publications and is an Insurance Institute for Highway Safety Best Bet Booster. It meets or exceeds all applicable U.S. safety standards and has undergone side impact testing in Highback Booster mode. EPS energy-absorbing foam allows for effective impact energy management. And the color-coded belt guides make routing your vehicle belts simple.